What's going on? Alex here, and we're continuing the series on how to grow your coaching business. So lesson 2, today we're going to be talking about finding your niche. So I've been doing this for a while, and this is the mistake I've made, and that's the mistake I've seen other guys, because I coach guys on how to build their businesses, and I've seen them make this mistake. And once they corrected it they've seen better results. So a lot of individuals, when they get into, coaching, they're not specific, they're very broad, because they look up to the guys that are generalists, like the fat loss guy, like the fitness guy. They want to be that, whatever business guy, relationship guy, or whatever it is. And they're very general, even though they may have a big following on social media, but do not be deceived. They don't make any money. They don't sell any courses. They just don't know what they're doing. Like I said, guys want to be generalists because that's what the public approves. That's how they get validated when they make YouTube videos. They rather make YouTube videos which target a lot of people because it gets a lot of views. And it's kind of ego hitting when they make more specific content and they see less views. So in their head, they think people are not watching, so I'm not going to be successful. But you'll be surprised. I know guys who might get a few hundred views, even less, and they're making hundreds of thousands of dollars a month with their coaching business because they're so specific. What do you rather? 100 people who are, you're very specific, whatever you're trying to solve, and 100 people, and those, let's say 50% of those people buy something, or you're generally get 10,000 views on a video and maybe one person buys. You need to look at it that way. You need to be very specific, because when you're specific, the people that watch you, they're in the funnel very, very specific. They're very low in the funnel. And if you're the only one, the guy there, they're going to purchase from you. When there's a bunch of generalists, who do you think they're going to buy from? They're going to buy from the person that, they like their personality more, whoever is cheaper. And that's where you fall into, not making money, because when you're a generalist and you're competing with other generalists, you're competing on price now. And now it's like the battle whose price is the lowest. And you get on these sales calls and they'll be like, oh, but this guy does the same as you and he charges less. I'm going to go with that guy. But when you're a specialist, no one else does this, what you do. Maybe there'll be one or two, but it's so much easier to sell. So you want to create your own niche. Let's say you see PewDiePie. He is the top of gaming, right? So let's say if you want to get into gaming, it's going to be super hard for you to be the gaming guy and win in that. But what if you're the gaming guy that skateboards and arches, but then works at a carnival, whatever it is? It's just a random example. It's so specific. There's no one else like you. Hence, when you do begin, you're already number one in your niche, and that's what you want to do. So stop copying what other guys are doing and be you. So for me, I do, for my Reclaim Mastermind, for my business, so it's Christianity. I talk about testosterone, masculinity. It's very specific. Aesthetics, being strong, have a lot of energy. Like, they're very specific niches. There's other guys that do testosterone, but they don't talk about Christianity, nor do they talk about the things that I talk about, And when people see my content, I'm different. They want to work with me. The more specific you are, the more you will make. Have a measurable goal which your avatar wants to accomplish. I'll get into what the avatar is, but an avatar is the person you're talking to. Don't be the fitness guy or the relationship guy. Don't be broad. For instance, a good friend of mine, and I coach in regards to business. So he has this website, you know. I helped mine find a Proverbs 31 wife. He could have been just the relationship guy, but he's very specific. Proverbs 31. If you don't know what that is, in the Bible, in Proverbs 31:10, it talks about she is worth far more than rubies. Very specific, traditional woman that Christian helps you find. Very specific, right? For me, I help men achieve 1,000 nanograms per deciliter total testosterone levels naturally. Very specific goal. Let me give you an example. Which one do you think makes more sales? I seen an ad for this, and when I seen it, I was like, this guy, I bet you he's making a lot of money. I help busy women drop 1 to 2 dress sizes and tone up in 8 weeks, versus a guy that says, I help women lose weight. Who do you think is making more money? The guy that's more specific, right? You need to set up smart goals. So that's how you can think of your niche. So it needs to be specific, measurable, achievable, relative, and time. Let's use that SMART goal formula on his niche. So I help busy women. So specific, very specific. I help busy women. Busy women, it's a specific individual. It's just not women, it's busy women. You can even sell, I help business women, entrepreneurial women. Very specific. Is it measurable? Yes, it is, because 1 to 2 dress sizes. It's very specific. It's numeric. It's measurable. It's not smoke, right? Is it achievable? Is it achievable to drop 1 to 2 dress sizes in 8 weeks? Yes, it is. Is it relative? Is the goal relative to what the busy woman want? Yes. So they want to lose weight in 8 weeks so they can fit into their dress. And time, 8 weeks. So that's a very powerful statement. I help busy women drop 1 to 2 dress sizes and tone up in 8 weeks. Versus I help women lose weight. So you need to be very specific on what you're doing, right? And you need to realize another mistake I've made, definitely in the past, is what people want versus what change you want to see in the world. Realistically speaking, I would love to just do Christianity and just go full on as that being my business. But unfortunately, people don't want that. People don't want to see God and things like that. So I need to approach it a different way. Right? You know, I know guys want to be stronger. They want to be driven, motivated. They want to have an aesthetic physique. They want to have high testosterone levels. And I understand how Christianity goes into that. So I can coach them in regards to that. It's something that people want. Versus, like, you want to help a lot of people, I understand. But you can still find a different niche, but you can still include what you believe in that. And that being your method, you know. One way to determine if whatever you're doing is valuable, if you coached everyone in the world, what impact would that have? For me, if I coached every single man and I got his testosterone levels higher, and they went through my mastermind, the world would be a better place. And I'm confident in saying that. Are you confident that you can do that to the world? You know? Have an avatar. But this is not 100%. Sometimes, like, you can be more specific. If you do email marketing for Shopify stores, you can look at it this way. How of an impact would it make if you coached everyone in your niche to accomplish their goal? What kind of impact? If I coached all the men in the world with that, yes. If you coached all the e-commerce stores, would it have a greater impact? Yes. Whatever it is, you know. Have an avatar. You should know who you're talking to. If you're just talking to a camera, just randomly, the person on the other side doesn't feel like you're talking to them. You're just talking broadly. You're speaking general. Understand how they talk. who they listen to, whatever, if they use bro all the time, or if they use different words. When I used to work at McDonald's a few years back, we would have our McJargon. You would have our way of talking, because, and let's say I started using this here and I started making YouTube videos. People who work at McDonald's would understand me and they would feel like I'm talking to them, you know? So you need to find who you're talking to. So yeah, just to summarize, this is super important. This is your foundation. I know this is boring, you know, but this is super important, and I've made mistakes of going too broad. You can go more broad once you become very powerful in your niche, that you can branch out, you know, but become a specialist. The reason why I exploded on TikTok, I have over 250,000 followers, because I was not another fitness guy. Yeah, I talk about fitness, but I specialized. Hence why people followed me, rather than you have thousands of other guys just, oh, this is how I do bicep curls. Man, there's 1,000 videos of guys making videos on how to do a bicep curl. Why do you think you're special? You know? So specialize, okay? And yeah, the task that I have for you is really understand, have your offer in place. Understand what your offer is and who you're talking to, and make videos based on that. And you're going to start attracting. Every time you make a YouTube video, think about your YouTube video is going to be shown to all the people that are potentially your clients. And you're making that video because that's what's going to happen. YouTube is going to push it out. But if you're not talking to nobody, nobody's going to want to watch your videos, because that's what YouTube does. You make a video, it gets pushed out to a certain niche, and your YouTube checks if it works for them. If it doesn't, it doesn't show. The reason why a video explodes is because it was shown to a niche, it worked, pushes out more and more and more, and that's how it works, okay? So be specific. So that being said, hopefully you got some value out of this video, and I'll see you later. Peace.